Alright, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone that rule well, that taught us his truth, and blessings to the elect. This is Brother Cal coming for another lesson. The Lord will be edifying. And I saw this trailer the other day for a film, and we all know that in the films they have something called predictive programming. Alright, where they basically tell you in the movies what's going to happen in the future. For example, back to the VR, that's it, there you go. Back to the Future VR headset. Now, Back to the Future was, I think this is Back to the Future 2, was it? It was number 1, it was Back to the Future Part 2. Alright. And Back to the Future Part 2 was made in late 80s or early 90s. One of the two. And in it, you see Michael J. Fox here has a VR headset. You see? That was in the film, the one on the left. But on the right is what we have now. In the last 5 years, we've had VR headsets. So that's more sign that in the movies, they show what's going to happen in the future. Different technologies, different agendas, and so forth. So that brings me to this trailer that I saw. Have a look at it, because the last lesson that I did for the Power and Spirit of Yahweh Shai showed that in the UK, they're trying to get rid of jury trials. Alright, so if you commit a crime, alright, and it goes to court, usually you get a jury of your peers. And it's 12 jurors. And the reason why it's 12 jurors, because it went all the way back to Henry II, you know, right, in England, who was King of England, who was an Israelite. But they whitewashed his pictures. Alright? But he's the one that did it. And it was meant to be a fairer system than what they had before. And he made sure that there was 12 jurors. You know? And that proves you, because they were Israelites. They named her, they put that in that system of having 12 jurors. All right. Why did they choose 12? Because they were Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. So now in the UK, they're trying to get rid of that. So this all goes down to this new world order and this beast system that Esau, the so-called white man, is spearheading. All right. So there's a film coming out in January. I'll watch it. You know, I'll definitely go, you know, definitely gonna try and watch it. And it's called Mercy. Alright, and it's about AI and all this stuff. So have a look at this and play it here.
What the? Get me out of this chair!
Detective Raven, I'm Judge Maddox, and this is the Mercy Capital Court, a judicial system powered by artificial intelligence.
Hold on, just wait a second.
With crime rates soaring, lawmakers voted for mercy. By acting as judge, jury, and executioner, Mercy keeps our city safe.
I shouldn't be here. I helped create the Mercy program. I'm proud to have sent the first suspect for trial here, and I will continue to send more until the message is received.
Detective Raven, I know precisely who you are. You're before this court today charged with the murder of your wife.
Oh my God.
Your guilt must fall below the 92% threshold, or you will be executed in precisely 90 minutes.
I loved my wife. I didn't hurt her.
Detective Raven, the city's municipal cloud is at your disposal. Every camera, cell phone, and database.
You must gather evidence to exonerate yourself. If you are innocent, prove it.
I need to find out who killed my wife.
It's a classic crime of passion, Chris, and it all points right at you.
You don't get the mercy trial unless you're guilty.
I didn't hurt Mom, I swear to God. Show me everyone she had contact with. She was seeing someone. How's my guilt looking now?
It has risen to 98%. You just provided me with a strong motive of why you murdered her.
Good. Wow. Thank you for that.
Mr. Raven, the clock is ticking.
Tell me what Nick was up to. She was stressed about work.
She said some chemical went missing.
The estimated street value would be in excess of $16 million.
Do you honestly think that I killed my wife? Or were you just programmed wrong? I need to walk the scene. No, I have something here.
This is a terrorist's handbook.
Get out. Get out of there.
Mr. Raven, you're running out of time.
Chris, what do you got it into? There's a bomb in that truck.
It's heading downtown.
This was never about my wife.
This was about me.
And you.
Get me out of here!
Yeah, and they had the nerve to call it. They had the nerve to call that film Mercy, man. You know, but that's what they're that's what they're planning to do. You know, have all this AI and all this kind of stuff take away our rights slowly but surely. All right, it's a technocratic, authoritarian movement. All right, a new world order. So as you saw in that, AI is going to be dictating everything. That's why they're getting everything in place. All right, and that's in the scriptures, man. Okay, let's go to Revelation. All right. Let's see. Start with this one. It's Revelation 16 and 14. For they are the spirit of devils. All right, devils working miracles. All right. Who is this devil? Who is the people that have the spirit of devils and they're working miracles? All right. Esau and his technology. All right. The earth is given into what? The hand of the wicked. And this beast. All right. This beast whose deadly wound was healed. All right. When the Romans were in power, really, if you look at the Greeks, when they were in power, they tried to do a new world order. You know? Antiochus Epiphanes said, let all people be one. And the majority of our people consented to it. But there was a minority that didn't. All right? And they were allowed, they allowed themselves to be put to death rather than to give in. They're party elect. All right? And they're the same spirits on the earth right now. Okay? But the same spirit back then, that was in Esau, in the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. All right, when the Romans fell, he came back in the Renaissance period, and that's the that's his what's it called? His deadly wound being healed. You know, the devil will be what? Loose for a little season, and that little season, what are they trying to do? They're trying to complete his new world order. In order for him to do that, he has to do what? All right, have the spirit of devils, like the scripture says, for they are the spirit of devils. All right. And the word devil means deceiver, working miracles. Yeah, his technology, as you saw in that clip. All right, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world. That's because it's the new world order, to gather them to the battle of the great day of the Most High Almighty. And what is that great day? All right, even if you go down the chapter, all right, it's talking about World War III, because this new world order bullshit. This agenda that they have was written by a Mason called Albert Pike. All right, now Albert Pike was a 33-degree Freemason, and he wrote to another Mason in Italy saying there need to be 3 world wars, all right, to complete the new world order. So they've had World War I and World War II already, all right. So the Third World War. That's why all these nations, all right, they're down with each other, man. Just because you see them, you know, arguing and, you know, bickering, this, that, and the other, their leadership, the people at the top, they're all working together behind the scenes to create this one world government, all right? This beast system, okay? So Albert Pike to Manzini, Albert Pike letter to Manzini. All right, let me go down here. Giuseppe Manzini was an Italian revolutionary leader in the mid-1800s, as well as a director of the Illuminati. Albert Pike, historical Masonic figure, was a 33-degree Freemason. That's the highest degree you can get. Occultist, Grand Master, and creator of the Southern Junification of the Masonic Scottish Rite Order. All right, and he was also the one that said, I roughly paraphrase him, but he made a statement, Albert Pike, that lynching Negroes was a necessary evil. All right, because he was a Mason. He knew exactly who our people were. He knew that they were the children of Israel. All right, now, it tells you here in this document, so you can look it up for yourself. It's called Albert Pike letter to Manzini. But my main point is that clip you just saw. That's a part of their New World Order, man. All right, that's how they want to get the population reduced. That's how they want to control people. That's what the New World Order is all about. It's all about complete control. All right, complete control. Okay, because remember, out of World War One, you had the League of Nations. Then after World War Two, you had what? The UN, United Nations. All right, these are all stepping stones to this New World Order. All right, so they show you in their movies what they're gonna do. So they're already taking away our rights. All right, and that shit that you saw in that clip, that could definitely happen, man. You know, and it will happen because they ain't gonna waste time investing loads of money in this film. All right, when they've been doing predictive programming for a long time. You know, it's incredible. All right. This is Revelations 14:9, right? And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, all right, the beast and his image, all right, and receive a mark in his forehead or in his right hand, all right, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath, all right, of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Indignation means what? Righteous anger. All right. So if you take, if any man worship this beast, which we know the fourth beast was what? The Roman Empire, but the Roman Empire fell out of power and came back via what? America. That's why you got a Congress and a Senate. All right. So America is the spearhead of this beast system, this New World Order system. All right, and their job is to actually restrict your liberty so much that you're just going to give in and take the MOTV. All right, that's what this scripture is talking about. So it says, if any man worship the beast and his image, all right, which is his system, his philosophies. That's why he's bringing in facial recognition software, digital ID. With if you don't have digital ID, you can't work. This, that, and the other. You know, his bullshit religions, you know, all his philosophies that are there to help this New World Order come to pass, man. All right. If anyone was a beast and his image and receive his mark in their forehead or his right hand, and that's the microchip, man. The the MOTV. All right. We've been warning you about that, so you can't say anything. And this is actually factual, because I'm going to show you a clip in a minute, all right, of George Bush Sr. talking about a New World Order. Okay, now we know what the mark is, man. All right, the MOTB. See, look, just put RFID. There you go. This is his mark, man. All right, and what is that going to do? That's going to make you a slave. You're going to be tracked. You know, if you do the wrong thing, they'll send a radio frequency, and that chip will expand, break out. You know, you might get put to death. You know, it's total control. All right. So the ones that worship that beast and his image and takes his mark, as it says here, Revelations 14, verse 9. All right. If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or his right hand, all right, which is the MOTB, which I just show you the pictures, Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. So the Lord is going to be rough with these people, but especially, you know, a lot of our people, they say they're not going to take it, but it's only the Heavenly Father is the only one that's going to give you the spirit not to take it. It's going to be like hell on earth out here. All right? For the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's when Yahweh and the angels come back to deliver the elect. You know? So this New World Order thing is serious. Okay? And it's our job to warn you about this. And this is what this New World Order entails. And they've been saying this for a very, very long time. All right? But they're using that technology to push forth this image of the beast, you know, which is his system, his philosophies. And that's why, if you watch this clip, it shows you that it's not just the Edomite so-called white man, all right, that is down with this New World Order. And many of these countries have been conquered by force, all right, and had to accept this bullshit. Okay? Many of them have collaborated. But the reality is, the Lord wants that to fulfill prophecy. All right? Let's watch this.
Moving forward, always forward, for an endless, enduring dream and 1,000 points of light. This is my mission, and I will complete it.
George H.W. Bush would campaign for a new world order like no other president before him. He would openly discuss it during his State of the Union address.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind.
Again, a unified Europe was a major goal in creating this order.
With few exceptions, the world now stands as one. A year and a half ago, in Germany, I said that our goal...
See, did you hear what he said? He said the majority of countries around the world, except a few exceptions. All right? Except a few exceptions. And that's why when you see in the last 20 years, all these wars in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, all these places that the US has invaded, I guarantee you, once they got their leaders out of power, they put their puppet leaders in power, and they are collaborating with him behind closed doors, man, to complete this new world order. All right? He just said it. He just said, despite a few exceptions. Okay? That's why when you see these West attacking these other nations in the Middle East or wherever it is, you know, a lot of times it's not just about oil, money, and etc. It's about bringing them into this bullshit new world order, man.
Was a Europe whole and free. Tonight, Germany is united. Europe has become whole and free. The world can therefore seize this opportunity to fulfill the long-held promise of a new world order. We can find meaning and reward by serving some higher purpose than ourselves. A shining purpose, the illumination of 1,000 points of light.
Bush Sr. and his administration would tour and promote this agenda across the board at any given opportunity.
The President has spoken often of a new world order.
And we have an unprecedented opportunity to build a new era of peace and prosperity here and abroad, to build a new world order.
It's my understanding, I think that the President, and I don't know the context of how it came up in his speech last night in New York, said that China must be a part of the new world order. I guess I would like to ask you how you envision China fitting into the new world order.
It is a country that we are going to have relationships with by virtue of its geopolitical importance.
American officials say breaking down regional and national barriers to the flow of goods and services would represent a spectacular benefit to economies around the world.
We are building a new world order.
Bush would actually make a commencement address at Maxwell Air Force Base declaring the birth of this order.
And that's why I wanted to speak to you today about the new world taking shape around us, about the prospects for a new world order now within our reach.
And that's what his new world order is consisting of. What you saw, all right, in this movie trailer. That's how it is. That's how it's gonna be, man. All right, AI and all this kind of stuff, making decisions, chopping man's heads off if they give them the wrong answer. All that's gonna happen. All right. So we have to warn you of these things, man. You know, evil times are here. So listen, I pray you were edified. Until the next lesson, Shalom.